Hello there, my friends. I have a brand new video for you today. Because I did not do a Thursday Throwdown last week, I have something brand new to share. So this is a brand new bundle featured in the online exclusives released earlier this month. But what I really wanted to focus on for today's video is actually holiday prep. So as crafters, we know we have to get a head start on all those holiday crafting projects, because I don't know about you, but I always have big plans for the holiday that I'm going to do all these cards, I'm going to do all these little treat gifts for my coworkers and my friends and my kids' friends and all the things, and then it never happens, right? So I have some tips to share with you. Well, I have a video that I did last year, I think it was, on tips for mass producing holiday cards, but I have in the link below in the description, you can go ahead and click on the Christmas in July link, which is a tutorial bundle of over, I think it's 10 projects that includes, most of them includes PDF tutorial and a video of easy duplicatable projects that you can start working on now so that you will be ready for the holidays and not be in that holiday rush. You can actually sit back and relax and enjoy the holidays knowing that all your Christmas crafting and holiday crafting is done. I'll also link in the description below the video of how to mass produce your Christmas cards or holiday cards, because that's important too. This project that we're doing today is what not to do when it comes to mass producing your cards. But I was having so much fun playing with this bundle that I got carried away. But I promise you today's project is beautiful and I'm going to share it with you. So this is the stamp set. See, it's like an old-fashioned sled and some ice skates, and I just love that. I think it's beautiful. And then it's got some coordinating dies that are like builder dies, and you'll see, like, I'm going to build a little sled with it. We're going to hang some ice skates on it. So really cute. I'm pairing it with the Countryside Inn, I believe it's called, pattern paper. So it's just blues, but I think these just give you that cool winter kind of vibe, so I think it works. And I pre-cut everything, I pre-die cut, I pre-embossed, so we should be good to go. So even though this is a pretty involved project, it should go pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting with a Night of Navy card base. This one is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. So it is a top fold, which is one of my favorites. I don't know why, it just feels a little classier to me. So let's go ahead and start by, I'm using this pattern paper, and you can see it's not necessarily holiday paper. It's got birds on the back there. But I'm going to put a little bit of this frayed ribbon. What is this called? The frayed gross grain ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around this pattern paper before I attach it. And all the way over to the right, almost off the page here, I'm going to tie a little knot. So we're going to have ribbon, we're going to have twine on this as well. I told you I'm going all the way over the top. I was talking to Nate about this because he's like, oh, we got to design our Christmas card for this year. And I'm like, well, I designed one today that I really love, but it's really involved. And he's like, no. But I'm like, well, maybe we can just make like 25 for, like, you know, family or whatever. But I did not have him convinced. And you'll see why in a moment, because there's lots of die cutting, but it's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get that as far over to the side as I can. And then I'm going to trim these down. Just a knot on this, no bow or anything. Just going to kind of trim that. All right, and then we will attach this with a good sturdy adhesive. I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'll just attach that down. I'm super excited about this Christmas in July tutorial bundle. It's got a variety of projects, from tile coasters, which is one of the most popular videos on my YouTube channel, to what else is in there? There's a 9x9 sampler that I did. There's all sorts of fun stuff in there. And while the pattern paper and stuff that I used may not be current, it is totally replaceable with something else. So definitely check it out. It's only $17 and you will be set for the holiday. And I promise there's photo cards in there. There's pencil holders, there's cello treat bags, there's all sorts of fun stuff that you can make and start giving right when the holiday season starts. All right, so I just used the distressed tile embossing folder on basic white cardstock, and I put it onto another piece of that Countryside Inn, I think it is, designer series paper. And I'm going to attach this to my card with some dimensionals, just because that ribbon is going to be a little thick, so we don't want it to have a bump in it if I put it on with regular adhesive. So we're just going to add a little bit of a bump up to keep it looking nice. So then I'm just going to attach that here. And what I love about using striped paper is it helps you stay straight, right? Oops, I was a little too high. There we go. All right, so there's that part. Now, like I said, I already cut a lot of stuff in advance. So I used the dies to cut out this little sled base, and then I used the coordinating piece to cut out the top of the sled and like the seat part of the sled. I'm going to take my take your pick tool and poke out the little holes here so that you can see all the elements. There's little strips here and here and here and here, and then just the little holes, which those are all out. Okay, and then I'm going to use some liquid adhesive to attach this. So I found the easiest way to do that is actually to put it on here, and you don't want to do the whole thing because this middle part, or not the middle part, but there's like little holes here, so that part's not as bad. But like for instance with this, like there's little holes, so I just kind of did little blobs. You don't really need a lot. And yeah, we can put a little bit here and a little here. And that should pretty much hold it in place. And I just got glue on my table, so. All right, so now I'm just gonna stick this down. Oops, see oh no I didn't. I was thinking I went too high, but that top one that I put glue on is for the other piece. So we're just going to tack that into the glue. We're just building our little sled. And then I'll use this and put that there. So I used crumb cake for the sled base. See? And then I used early espresso for the sled itself. So now I'm going to pop this onto my card using Stampin' Dimensionals. And actually I think I'm going to use some minis so I can kind of stick them up here too. There we go. And then just trying to keep it on the wood planks so that it doesn't show through the cracks there. Except I keep putting them off a little askew, but it's okay. And I'm going to put one here and one over there. All right, and then this will just get attached to the card base. So you can start to see why you wouldn't want to mass produce this, right? Because of all these little die cut pieces that you'd have to roll through. There's coloring involved later, although it's simple coloring. And then more die cuts in a second. There was embossing. So it's a lot of steps. But if you have a few favorite people, this could totally work for that, right? All right, so now I die cut some of the little leaves that are also part of the dies, and I'm just going to attach that with some liquid glue as well. Put a little dab here, a little dab there, and there should cover it. Hopefully I got those in the right place. I'm just going to tack that into there, that into here, and that into there. Let it sit for a minute so it sticks. There we go. Whoops, I got glue on my fingers, so try that again. There we go. That's stuck. That's stuck, and that's stuck. Okay, so there's that part. Now I'm going to stamp some cute little ice skates using the Memento Black. Stamp that straight down, straight up. And then I'm just using crumb cake Stampin' Blends to have a light and a dark. And then I used the smoky slate, the dark smoky slate for the actual ice skates. And then I die cut it, and through the magic of YouTube, I have this cute little set of ice skates. So we're going to go ahead and attach this here. I'm going to use regular adhesive on the ice skates because there's plenty of room for that. And I'll just do a little dab of liquid glue here to kind of get that in place. So again, all this liquid glue, not the best thing for mass producing. So we'll just stick that down like this. Okay. I'm going to actually grab, I don't think I did this on the original, but I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella and just add that to the blades because I feel like those would be shiny, right? So we'll add a little glitter to that. All right, now I'm going to take a piece of twine and I'm going to double it over, and we will tie a bow, air bow as I like to call it. Okay, and then I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. We don't want it too big to overpower, right? And then we'll take some scissors, and let's see, this one's the one that's looped, so we'll cut that. And I'm just going to trim these down a little bit. I'm actually going to take my ribbon scissors. I don't want them quite that long. I do want some length on them, but not that much. Whoops. I pulled that a little bit. There we go. Now I can just use a little mini glue dot. We'll attach that. Okay, and put that there. Kind of get it so my strings are going in the right direction. Okay, and then we're going to do a sentiment. So on the outside, I put, let's decorate the season with happiness. Yep, I had it right this way. And I'm just going to stamp that. This piece measures, I think, 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4. I'm going to kind of stick it off to the side a little bit. Try not to get my, bang the camera with my head. There we go. Okay, there's a little more to the side than I wanted, but that's fine because I am going to cut a banner end. I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off because I don't want it that big. And then I'm just going to use my scissors to trim in the center and then cut corner to center and corner to center. And now I can actually attach that kind of like right about there. I want to be able to see the bottom of the sled and the ice skates, so that's a good spot for it. I'm going to use a little bit of regular adhesive and a dimensional on the side where it overlaps. And we'll attach that here. So before we're finished with the front, I'm going to add some bling. So I'll use my take your pick tool again. I'm going to use the silver. Oh, I missed a little doodad that I didn't poke out. Oh well. And we'll do that. And then I did do, because it's such a dark cardstock, I cut an insert for it. Oh, and I should probably have stamped it first in case I messed up, but, well, we're running with it now. So I'm going to attach this inside. And then for the inside greeting, I'm putting, I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. And I'm going to stamp that a little bit towards the top there, like that. And then I have one little strip of pattern paper that I'm going to attach to the bottom here just to create a little coordination. So it ties to the front. Leave a little trick so that if you don't want to have to write a lot, you put a little piece of pattern paper there and lift it up a little bit from the bottom. Now you have very little space to write, just basically enough to write a name and love, Nate and Jen, right? Makes your work when it comes time to write these out that much less, right? And then I also took some scrap paper and you did a coordinated envelope. So now we've got this super cute card that I love that's ready to go. So this one will have to go to a super special person, or I may even still convince Nate to make me a few of these because I really love them. Or maybe I'll try and do another project with this set that's a little less involved, but it's just so fun. Isn't it pretty? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this stamp set. Be sure to check out the description below for my video on mass producing your cards, my tips for that, and then also to check out my Christmas in July tutorial bundle because I think that will be super helpful for you too. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you really want to make my day, go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.